My dearest Travelista, welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Tyra Andre, and welcome to season 2, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. In this season, we're going to be talking about more about travel tips, travel fun, and travel money, of course. So last season, we gave you guys a bunch of tips. This season, we're going to be laughing a lot more. And so that's going to bring us to this specific podcast for today. So today's podcast is stop waiting for them. They are not coming. Okay. So you know how you want to plan a trip. And so everybody and their mom wants to go, right? Everybody and their mom wants to go. The neighbor wants to go. Everybody just wants to come on that trip with you. Well, guess what? 9 times out of 10, if you say about 10 people want to go on that trip with you, guess what? Maybe about 5, maybe 2. Guess what? Maybe 1 person is going to go on that trip with you. So I'm going to tell you guys how I tell all of my agents that are planning group trips. When they start planning these group trips, I say, don't plan these group trips based on where other people want to go. Plan these trips based on where you want to go, because guess what? If nobody wants to go on that trip, guess what? You can go all by yourself, sis. Just remember that, okay? So stop planning these trips around other people. Remember, everybody and their mom wants to go on these trips with you, but everybody, one, they cannot afford to go sometimes. Some people don't prioritize travel, and just some people they just love the thought of travel, and they just don't have their life together in order to go on travel. So in this podcast, that's what we're going to talk about. Don't wait on them. They're probably not going. If you are afraid to travel by yourself, listen, you can travel with us. We do group trips. You can, in one of the groups that we run on Facebook, you guys can get together and with another group member, and you guys can go on a trip together. But listen, stop waiting on your friends and family members to go on these trips with you, because guess what? They're probably not going to go, and you're going to be highly disappointed when it comes time to start paying for these trips and it's time to start actually, getting everything all together. You're going to be highly disappointed. So don't be disappointed. Listen, just take my advice. I used to wait on everybody and their mom to go on trips with me, and it took 1 trip. Our first trip, it was me and my daughter, and we took a flight from Florida to California. We took a tour of LA, and then the tour company took us to the airport, and then Carnival Cruise Line picked us up from the airport, and we had a cruise out of to Mexico. That was all she wrote from there. I was always waiting on somebody. And then that specific trip, it changed everything. It changed my whole life when it came to being afraid to travel with my daughter and without my daughter. That changed everything. And then so once we got to Paris, oh my gosh, we got to Paris and we had a complete ball. Guess what? All by ourselves, just me and just my baby. Listen, nothing crazy happened. We did get caught in the middle of a peaceful riot. I mean, it was like police officers in full head to toe, SWAT gear, but nothing crazy happened. Even after that, I still got back home and I said, oh my gosh, we made it. It was amazing. I want to do that again. So my story from you, so take it from me. Okay. I've been there. I've been afraid to travel. Listen, I'm telling you guys, don't be afraid to travel. Go by yourself. Stop waiting on people to travel with you, because guess what? They're not going to travel. Most of them are not going to travel with you, and you're going to be left disappointed. So as I said, this is going to be one of the shortest podcasts that's on here, but it's important to know if you're somebody that's always wanting to travel with someone else. Stop waiting on them to travel with you. Travel by yourself. Get up the guts to actually go do it yourself. Come on a group trip. Listen, call me 813-GO-1-FLY-2. I will pump you up if you want. If you want to get pumped up to travel all by yourself. Stop waiting on people to travel with you. Okay, they're not traveling with you, sis. Okay, so remember that. Like I said, if you guys need a pep talk, 813-461-3592 or 813-GO-1-FLY-2. Shoot me an email, info@mommyandwetravels.com. And that's going to wrap up this really, really short podcast episode. Welcome to season 2. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. And listen, stop waiting on those people to travel with you, because guess what? They're probably not traveling with you.